Next, we have our Treasurer Tax Collector, Barbara Ringen. If you'd like to come up, and I can read this proclamation on your behalf. "32 years is quite a bit of time. I think I was in high school when you started, so. No, I know. Middle Creek Restoration was it started back in then too, so. Yeah, but anyhow, I would love to read this on behalf of you, and I appreciate the time we've spent working together on the different issues, mainly, of course, the tax sales. I appreciate your work on that. So I'll go ahead and read this proclamation commending Treasurer Tax Collector Barbara Ringen for her 32 years of service to Lake County. Whereas Barbara Ringen started working for the County of Lake on January 2nd, 1990. As an Accountant Clerk II, starting with her initial staff position in the Lake County Treasurer Tax Collector's Office, Barbara Ringen has always exhibited a great understanding of the department, as shown by her upward mobility within the department. And whereas, aside from the skills she demonstrated while working in the Treasurer Tax Collector's Office, Barbara Ringen also earned the reputation of being a pleasure to work with. And whereas her efforts were noted and acknowledged by her department's leadership, culminating in former County Treasurer Tax Collector Sandy Kacharos appointing Barbara to become her Chief Deputy, a position in which Barbara Ringen served the county with loyalty and dedication. And whereas, after the former Treasurer Tax Collector resigned mid-term, Barbara Ringen stepped up and offered an opportunity to the Board of Supervisors to appoint her to fill the unexpired term, thereby providing continuity and minimum disruption to the office's operations, with the knowledge that such an appointment would undoubtedly have significant personal impacts as it would require her to work many additional hours on an ongoing basis, not to mention the personal challenges inherent in fulfilling the responsibilities of such a high-level position. And whereas the County Treasurer Tax Collector has an enormous amount of responsibility, being one of the county government's most important financial offices and therefore impacting all operations of county government. The fact that Barbara Ringen accepted an appointment to this position and subsequently was elected to it by the voters of Lake County demonstrates her dedication to public service and to the well-being of our county. And whereas Barbara Ringen's many years of public service, her contributions to county government, and in particular her contributions to the office of the County Treasurer Tax Collector, are worthy of special recognition and commendation. Now therefore be it proclaimed that the Board of Supervisors of the County of Lake does hereby commend Barbara Ringen for her 32 years of service of the County and Lake and to the residents of Lake County, and extends our appreciation for her dedication, hard work, and wish her the best in the future, passed and adopted this 13th day of December 2022.
Thank you. Well, it was an honor and a privilege to have served as Treasurer Tax Collector for the county. I would like to thank, there's a lot of people to thank, absolutely. The list was long, so I had to shorten it a little bit for all the names, but I would like to definitely thank the current and previous staff for all their hard work and dedication to the office. And a special thank you to Liz Martinez, the Assistant Treasurer Tax Collector, who always performs her job with integrity. I would also like to, I'm also very grateful for everyone that has supported our office and assisted our office over the years. I would like to acknowledge and honor the previous elected Treasurer Tax Collectors, Kay Litton and Sandra Kacharos, for their public service for the county. I would also like to congratulate Patrick in his election and offer him my continued support coming years. I am looking forward to retirement and waking up to the sunrise instead of the alarm. So thank you.
All right. Is there anyone that has a, here we go.
On behalf of Congressman Thompson, I'd like to present you with this Congressional Special Certificate of Recognition for your 32 years of service to the residents of Lake County. Thank you. Good luck in your retirement.
You know, I don't know that the citizens in Lake County realize how tough a job it is to be a tax collector. There may be some criticism that comes down, and I know that Barbara has stood up to it. And I got a chance while I was on the chair to actually review her office and the staffing that she had and how she was standing up to the pressures of all of the office. Absolutely amazing. You're a stand-up person, and I really appreciate your work and your service. You were the right person for the job. Thank you.
Yeah, I just wanted to echo everything that's already been said and thank Barbara for her years of service. And it's been a pleasure working with you over these years. So thank you.
Thank you. And I am standing. I was just going to sit there and be quiet. I promised myself I would, but I couldn't. As a former treasurer tax collector, I know what a mixmaster that office can be. And Barbara Ringen has stood the test of time. She has stood it with of a woman of integrity and a woman of strength. And you all should be very proud of her. Thank you, Barbara. Give her heck.
Maybe it's hiding behind the coffee cup, sorry. Barbara, 31 years. That is incredible. 32, sorry. I tried to remember what it was. I knew it was in the 30s, and I wrote it. Thank you so much for your dedicated service to the county, and I know all of it was not as a tax collector, but no matter what position you are in the county agency, you are serving the communities. And as somebody stated, I was thinking, Supervisor Steele, I was thinking the same thing. It's not an easy position, being a tax collector. The amount of positive phone calls, I am sure that you could count on one hand, people saying, thank you so much. But it's a position that's needed. It's what runs our agency by collecting these things. And I appreciate your dedication, I appreciate your loyalty, and I wish you the best. Thank you so much.
Yeah, I want to echo also what Supervisor Sabatier said. That is a tremendous amount of service to our county, and we do know that you're not everybody's favorite person when tax bills come out, but you served this county very well over these years, and I'm glad to have met you. I'm glad to have worked with you and served with you, and I wish you all the best in your retirement.
Barbara, I'm the new kid on the block, so 32 years, woo, public service. But you do remind me of what public service means. It's not a glamour job, what you have. It is among the more difficult jobs. And yeah, it's absolutely critical to keeping this county running. But you've done it for so many years. And I think just your sheer longevity and your persistence in your office, you know, you're kind of role modeling, I think, for the next generation of young people who may consider careers in public service. And I think you're a good example for those people who might be interested. No, it's not going to be easy. It's not going to be glamorous. But if you stick in there and stick to your guns and your principles, you're going to do good things just like you've done for this county. So I do want to hold you up as a role model for others. Thank you.
Barbara, I just want to say thank you for your years of service for Lake County. And yes, enjoy your retirement because, as it was said, being the tax collector at tax time is not a fun position. But thank you very much for all the hard work you've done for all these years. Thank you.
Nice.